Welcome everyone, Dylan Gemelli here today with a brand new video for you. So today I'm going to give you my review of the Conor McGregor versus Khabib Nurmagomedov fight over the weekend. What a fight, what a weekend. I mean, the hype on this fight was extraordinary. I would look back to like Tyson versus Lennox Lewis, some Mayweather versus Pacquiao, that kind of build-up, that kind of fight. These type of fights don't come along that often where we're talking just a mega fight where you're looking at probably the most popular athlete in all of sport right now. We're close to it with McGregor, and anybody that knows the fight game knows that Khabib is one of, if not the very best pound-for-pound fighter in MMA today. Now, before the fight, I was kind of going over it with my wife, and she doesn't watch MMA much. She knows a few names, McGregor being one of them, asking me who I wanted to win since we were getting the fight. And I said, well, I want McGregor to win, but I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think he has a prayer. Not a prayer. It didn't seem like a good matchup to me. And beyond that, let's just look beyond that, beyond the matchups. Let's say that they're on an equal playing field, which they're not, because Khabib's a more skilled fighter. McGregor hasn't fought in 2 years. Okay, 2 years. You want to fight a guy that is 26-0, never lost a round, never been knocked down. I mean, just unprecedented types of things. I saw a YouTube video of Khabib wrestling a bear, okay, when he was like 10 or 12 years old. I mean, watching what this guy does to people, he just doesn't beat people. He doesn't just win. He destroys people. I mean, he just physically mauls them and destroys them. And not to mention, you watch the build up to this fight, and listen, I don't necessarily love McGregor as a person, but I do feel entertained just watching him. Whether I like him or not, it's entertaining to me. I don't care for a lot of the things he does, but I'm always entertained when I watch the guy. Sometimes because it's so outrageous, sometimes because it's just funny, and sometimes because it's just so ridiculous. But he went too far this time. He talked way too much. You know, going back and forth with Mayweather in a boxing fight where even if you're boxing and you're fighting a guy that doesn't knock people out, we know Mayweather, he's all about the money and promoting the fight, and a lot of times he's not even acting himself. But you can, even though it seems like part of his personality, you really believe McGregor is McGregor and how he behaves and talks. He went too far, man. You can't insult a guy's dad, and when a guy is, you know, probably that religious as he is in terms of being Muslim. I'm Catholic. I'm not sure how Muslim is, but I know that they're very touchy, and I don't know, man. The things that he was doing and saying, not to mention the whole bus incident we all know about. He went way too far. It's like the guys that would, when Tiger was in his prime, or, you know, like talking to Jordan in a certain way, you don't add fuel to the fire. These guys are already more motivated than the normal person to beat you, okay? There was too much motivation there. There wasn't enough time for McGregor being back in the ring to go fight somebody of this caliber. And really, the only chance McGregor had was if he caught him, which he's done to a lot of people, but he wasn't going to catch a guy this skilled. This was such a one-sided fight. I didn't feel like McGregor ever had a chance. The third round, when they were standing the whole round, he did clip him a few times and get some shots in, and there was an argument there that maybe he actually won that round. I thought maybe he won that round, but it was so dominating other than that. The first round, he hit him a few times, but he basically was on his back the whole round. And Khabib didn't do much to him the first round, so it was kind of arguable. But that second round showed you pure domination. I mean, just start to finish that round. I honestly don't know how the fight didn't get stopped. McGregor was getting pummeled for so long, and I actually went back and rewatched it again last night on my DVR. And it was just brutal. It was so bad, it made me feel bad watching it. And then we all know in the fourth round that the choke out, McGregor looked like he had less than zero energy. And, you know, for a guy that already knows his cardio isn't the best, my sole focus this training go-around, and it would be to know that Khabib is a guy that's going to go the whole fight. And if I know I have trouble, my sole focus is going to be cardio. I mean, everything I can do. Whatever I can do to get my cardio to the highest it's ever possibly been. And he was just gassed. And the fact is he was gassed, and he wasn't throwing. Like, Khabib threw so many punches in that second round, and I know I could tell he was a little tired in the third round, but he still doesn't show it tremendously. For the amount of volume that he put out there and threw, to still be going, and McGregor, I mean, yeah, you're getting whipped, but to be that tired just from, I don't know, he just showed that, I don't know if he didn't take the fight serious enough or he's just not on that level. He's the type of guy that I think is great, but not elite. I've never really looked at him as elite, no matter what he's done, because if you watch him fight, you look at the skills. He's got a bomb of a left, hook, jab, whatever, uppercut, just punch, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's like a bomb. But how skilled is he? And then to get in a fight with a guy that skilled, who doesn't make mistakes. I mean, this guy, he just doesn't make mistakes. And that calm, that I just want to smash his face. That I'm looking at that and I'm going, and I'm seeing McGregor, and I know that's who he is, but when I see a guy, and this is from experience growing up, seeing a lot of fights, being around it, when you see a guy that talks too much, you know he's going down like 95% of the time. And that guy that's the silent guy that everybody was either picking on or just doesn't say much, those are the guys I knew because I saw it when I was really, really young. I remember the first time I saw it, I was like in 5th or 6th grade, and I thought, holy, because I saw a guy just melee another guy in middle school that, was picking on him, and the guy never talked, and I always said to myself, you just never know, and anymore now, you never know, and not that you didn't know about Khabib being that tough, but, and then, okay, dominant fight, what about him jumping over the cage and going after McGregor's, corner? Was it necessary? No. Why is it not necessary to me? Why am I not impressed with that? Because some people go, well, he deserved it. But these are the guys that don't think. You people that say that are not thinking logically, are not thinking long term. You're not thinking about your money. Because what are you fighting for, really? You're fighting for your money, right? Because you're making millions of dollars. I don't care what the dude said. I just whooped him in front of millions and millions and millions and millions of people worldwide, showed that he's a punk, and I want my money, okay? I want my money. Now, if I'm thinking like I used to think when I'm 21, 22, 23, I'm going, oh yeah, he should have done that, Not now. If you want to think about this logically, sure, I can see how he would jump the cage, and dude, if you talked about my dad, or my wife, or my mom, or my family, religion, I'm going to be wanting to do those things. But I also know that the gratification comes from whooping this guy and getting paid and being the champ. So I don't like it. I definitely don't like his corner people jumping in the ring and punching McGregor after the fight, whatever, even though he deserves it, especially after what they did to the bus. I still don't like it because it doesn't make sense. Why are you going to get yourself arrested? Why are you going to risk money? Why would you do these things when you've got the whole world in your hands right now? Seriously, because if you're watching that fight, you're some people that don't watch MMA a lot or don't know, they've got to be watching it and they just see McGregor and think he's the greatest thing ever, and they're going, that really just happened. That type of thing. And a lot of the fight fans that even know, we still probably wanted McGregor to win and kind of still shocked to see him lose, even though I knew he was going to lose. So I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I mean, it made my pay-per-view night extremely entertaining. It made all my friends and everybody that was over extremely entertained, and that was great. But if I'm looking at this from a professional standpoint, if I'm telling you what I would do, I would be carried about this and my title. So are they going to rematch? McGregor says he wants it. I think that is so dumb. I think he's only going to get beat up worse. I don't know. Ferguson and Pettis, the fight before was awesome. And Ferguson looked great. And I think he's due because they were supposed to have fought now a couple, 2-3 times, him and Khabib. So I'd rather see that fight, to be honest with you. And I'd rather see McGregor go fight a couple people first and then rematch him and maybe have a chance. But he's not going to not fight 2 years, get whooped once, and come back and think he's going to win. He's going to get whooped probably worse the next time because he got exposed already. So I think in his best interest, he needs to go fight some other people and get back into the groove of knocking people out and fighting. Okay, boxing Floyd Mayweather one time and not fighting any other MMA fights in the last 2 years, which is not going to cut it. Okay, it's not going to cut it. Not against guys like this. So, sure, everybody's got an opinion, but that's mine. So, that being said, www.icearms.com/forums. I'm also on the Evolutionary Forum as well as the Elite Fitness Forum. You can email me, Dylan@icearms.com, and please make sure to check the descriptions below for all the information about my videos, social media, etc. So, that being said, stay tuned for plenty more to come. Dylan Gemelli, signing off.